Hey YouTube, Creamy here with COC Cafe. This sucks. I just spent about 5 minutes in a video before I realized that the audio wasn't recording. I had it set to not record audio, but that's my fault, and I'm starting this one over. So anyway, this is the war COC Cafe versus Wizard Camp. It was a pretty good war. They started off pretty strong. We thought it was going to be a kind of tough matchup at the beginning. They they were doing great attacks. We did better attacks, obviously. I don't know if they just forgot to or just didn't care to, but they only failed the CCs in like the top two bases. Now, their attacks were pretty well played and well placed for the most part. After they started making a few mistakes here and there, I think that's when they basically gave up. I'm not sure if they got all their attacks in. No, they did not. But they were doing pretty well. We thought they were still going to give us a run for our money, despite the fact that they didn't fill CCs. But we did better. Another thing, I've noticed that we get matched up with a lot of clans that have engineered bases at the bottom, at least, maybe throwaway bases of sorts. They'll have the one cannon defense bases. And a lot of times, I mean, they'll go up to Town Hall 9. I don't really think we've seen any Town Hall 10s or 11s at the bottom with the one cannon defense. But a lot of them, they actually perform pretty well in war when they're there. I guess it's to help them get a better matchup, but they tend to be the ones that we beat the easiest. One big thing that I've noticed on these quote-unquote engineered bases is that they don't really try to upgrade all their troops, and they definitely don't work on their heroes. In the past, I've seen engineered bases which will get pretty close to maxing all their troops, and they'll have maxed heroes before they go up to the next town hall level. I think if you're looking to do this, if you're looking to make some sort of engineered base, you probably want to start thinking about maxing your heroes as well, and maybe focus on something other than balloons and minions as your only troops to upgrade. I might be wrong though. I mean, some people might know what they're doing better than others. Like this is my account that I created. I was going to do the one cannon defense, but I went ahead and built all the defenses, but I'm just keeping them all level 1 as I go up each town hall level. And I'm trying to max all the troops and heroes for that base and the walls before I go up. If I keep all the buildings and all the defenses, then I feel like I could still build the kind of unique bases that are difficult to 3-star. Not only because of the defenses, but because of trap placement and CC position, and maybe even walls. If somebody decided to hit me with just Barch, they're gonna have a harder time if they can't break through the walls. I'm thinking that the walls don't really count towards your war weight. It hasn't seemed to make much of a difference in the past that I've seen. I still don't see much of a difference, and this Town Hall 7 still gets matched up with engineered one cannon no wall bases, but also with extremely rushed Town Hall 8s, extremely rushed Town Hall 9s. I think in this war in particular, this base got matched up with supposed to be engineered Town Hall 9, but I'd just like to call it super rushed. So that account's number 14 in war, which was 3-starred by me, number 14 in war. Dude's got a level 1 king, and he has not even Town Hall set. Well, I guess his wizards. I'm not really sure what this guy was going for. But, I mean, this is the same base that he used in war. So the guy has 200 troop capacity, which is Town Hall 7 shit. He's got just, I don't know. I'm not really sure what he's going for here. But anyway, we'll get into some of the attacks. Like I said, they were doing okay. We almost 3-starred everybody. I messed up on this one because sometimes I suck. We actually had a couple other people try for it and somebody else tried for uh, I can't really recall. I think somebody almost got a 2-star, and then one of my Town Hall 9.5s got really close to a 2-star before I came in and luckily got a 2-star. I thought I was creating a good funnel here, but I don't like the CC position and the Expo farm. These 4 Expos together can really just wreck just about any kind of army that you set in there. If I would have attacked this with something else, probably with an air raid of some sort, I think I would have done a lot better. But, I mean, I'm in Legend, I'm 3-starring max Town Hall 11s, and it's just not the same. And I think it really messes you up because you get used to those same bases one after the other. Nobody really has war bases. They have these trophy pushing bases, which aren't the same as war bases. War bases, the best war bases are the ones that throw your troops for a loop in a way, or they're set up to trap you in a way, and like this base almost became a 90% 1-star if I would have done it a little bit different. Ended up being a 75% 2-star, and that's only because my dumbass bowlers at the top got stuck. But those dumbass bowlers, which are about to come down and get the Town Hall, and if you watch closely, there is a bomb down here that you wouldn't believe is there. I really didn't think it was there because of the effect of the earthquake. They're going to get to throw one ball, and boom, all the bowlers are gone. But if they hadn't thrown that ball, that would have been a 1-star. So, folks, that's what you don't do on that base. If I was to hit it again, I'd probably come in at about 4 o'clock, 4:30. Just kind of avoid the queen, CC, and everything. I can almost promise this would have been a 3-star if I came in that way. And I planned on it too. That was from the beginning. I said, that's what I'm going to do. And when I went to attack, I attacked like I would any other base. And I went to take out the CC and the queen. And it just didn't work out. Sorry, folks. But hey, we still managed to win the war and almost got the full 100% 3-star on all bases. Again, I got lucky. I don't know why, but I tend to get matched up with kind of weaker Town Hall 11s. Maybe strong Town Hall 10s and sometimes rush Town Hall 11s. My base isn't, to me, it's not necessarily rushed. Yes, I went Town Hall 11 before a few updates came out, and all of my defenses are about 2 levels low for Town Hall 11. But besides that, I don't upgrade my Infernos, I don't upgrade my Expos. But one thing that I noticed from a lot of the bases I get matched up with, even though they don't have an Eagle Artillery, and mine is level 2, they still tend to have maxed Infernos and oftentimes maxed Expos. So by keeping the Eagle Artillery out and still maxing these defenses, they end up, I guess their war weight ends up high enough to get matched with somebody who's still, in my opinion, out of their league. But this went pretty well, except in my opinion, troops went everywhere. I haven't seemed to have the same luck with bowlers that I used to. I mean, I'm throwing in some witches, I'm throwing in a lot of giants. Something's changed about the way that I'm attacking with bowlers, or something's changed with the AI. I think I'm still attacking the same way. I'm basically trying to create a funnel. I like the earthquake, not necessarily on a base like this, but for some reason it seems to kind of center up the troops and get them in better than if I did 1 jump in, 1 jump out, or even 2 jumps in. I've had my bowlers go for a walk before because I used jumps instead of quake on a base like this. And even if you try putting them on both corners, the bowlers are just like, yeah, no, I'm not going in there. But I found with the quake, you can almost always get them to go in, even if there's still buildings not cleared for the funnel. But yeah, I did this attack first, before the number 2 base, and then I really just thought, I'm going to roll over number 2. I think that's what I thought. Or that's just my excuse. Oh, I just realized, I didn't have my king, but my king was upgrading on both of these attacks. It may or may not have made a difference on number 2. I'm not really sure. Now here's another one I think Shane has been just awesome. His queen is now 40 after the last clan games. He was able to get her, use the hero book and get her to level 40. And just in this last war, I mean, this is nothing compared to the kind of bases that he can usually 3-star. So you see, using wizards for those buildings that aren't defended. These are wizards that probably would have been killed anyway to pick those buildings off afterwards. But he does an awesome job clearing pretty much everything on that side of the base before sending in the kill squad. Now, CC is on the other side. Oh yeah, okay, so on this one, CC is empty. So, at first I was wondering, why is he hitting on this side? Oh, okay, CC's not empty on this one. So, I would have probably done that a little differently. But of course, he knocked out the queen, CC got pulled in. They're still going to get killed, or at least very well distracted by the kill squad. Hogs to clean up all the defenses. It should be 3 after this. That base is so tightly packed that there was no way he was going to have any bombs, spring traps, any other traps inside, which is just an ignorant design, really. I mean, nothing's going to stop these hogs from clearing the rest of this base. Even if there were bombs placed like by the remaining camp, it's a horrible design. Yeah, the bombs are obviously just out around the edges. And they would have actually got him, I think. It would have affected him if he went in on the CC side, because he had 4 giant bombs out on that side. So that would have been dead wizards, depending on how he spread his troops. No, it's an awesome 3-star. Shane, epic 3 stars all around. I have one video on my channel that's just Shane 3-starring number 3, which was like a maxed Town Hall 10.5. I say that. It had maxed walls, had maxed defenses, but didn't have infernos and did not have the Eagle artillery. So, yes, that makes a difference, but it's still a tough-ass base to 3-star. What is going on here? My internet, my router's flashing, so I think I saw a service truck outside not too long ago. I might actually end up losing signal on this video. Sorry, guys. Holy crap. We'll be back after this short technical difficulty. Alright. So back to it. Hardcock Cafe versus Wizard Camp. So that was number 3. Nicholas. He did us an awesome solid on this war. Got us a 3-star on number 4 and a 3-star on number 7. Now, I wanted him to try number 2. He had a really good chance of 3-starring it, but I guess he came on in a rush, needed to get some attacks out of the way, and he did an awesome job just coming in and just rolling these bases like they were nothing. So, creating the funnel. Not really sure. I think he's just kind of throwing all these troops out there. Just throw it out there and hope that everything's going to go right, and it looks like it might. How is anything still alive? Good God, man. Well, anyway, CC managed to die. Whatever kind of funnel that was, it seemed to work. There are like 2 giants, 2 bowlers, 2 healers, and 2 heroes left. The rule of two, you get to this point on a rushed ass base, I guess, you got a chance of still 3-starring it. Giant's dead. 1 bowler left, 2 heroes, 2 healers. Holy crap, Nick. Well, it worked. Sometimes you get lucky. Oh, man. So number 7 rolled up to number 5. This is a very, very nice Town Hall 11. Not. Anyway, so he has all 4 expos. Everything is like max Town Hall 9 level, except for that one level 1 expo. So he's coming in with a little bowler, clearing out some buildings. Wall breaker in. Okay, I thought they were all going to die. So it doesn't look like things are really centered up too well, but there's enough troops going in. This should go beautifully. I mean, of course it's a 3-star, but things could have gone a little differently. So I don't know. I guess earthquaking out that whole little center portion of the walls was a good idea, but ended up losing a lot of troops because of it, because they got stuck on the walls and they were just being pounded by expos. But a big chunk of the defenses are gone. I thought his archers were gonna... Oh, his archers are down on the bottom builder huts. So there was a minion on the top, on the 3 o'clock builder hut. Nothing for the top one. So I didn't check the time when this one started. This may have actually come down to the last minute. Those are the best attacks, by the way. And they're the worst. Those 99% 2-stars are just ugly. Almost as ugly as a 99% 1-star. So that could have gone a little bit better. Maybe take a little bit more time planning, be a little more strategic. But good job, Brainiac. Brainiac again. So Brainiac is number 7. He 3-starred number 5 and number 6. Now Brainiac is a 9.5 basically. Doesn't really have a whole... I mean, I guess as far as Town Hall 10, so he has his camps up, has bowlers to level 2, might have upgraded some other troops, but other than that, as far as defenses, I think 1 air defense is max for Town Hall 10, and has the new cannon and the new archer tower for Town Hall 10. They're up to the same level as the max Town Hall 9 level, which I think is level 11. So he tends to get matched up with stuff like this. Or max Town Hall 9s, usually. Which is great. It's great for war. I would love to see everybody do the same thing. When you upgrade your Town Hall, do not focus on upgrading your brand new badass max defenses for that Town Hall. You will get matched up with bases that are out of your capability. If you couldn't 3-star a Town Hall 10 when you were Town Hall 10, or you couldn't 3-star a Town Hall 9 when you were Town Hall 10, going Town Hall 11 is not going to help you. Going Town Hall 11 and building your Eagle Artillery and your 4th Expo is not going to help you. See, Nick, on the other hand, is doing great. He was still a pretty low-level Town Hall 10, but he had all of his heroes were almost maxed. Troops were pretty well maxed for Town Hall 10. Actually, I think they were all maxed. And then he went 11 and worked on getting a bunch of the stuff upgraded to max Town Hall 11 level, and he's trying to get his Warden up. He's not upgrading defenses. I think he still has level 2 Infernos. This is perfect for him. He gets matched with, a lot of times, rush Town Hall 10s. Which, I still find odd. Because like I said, with my account, I get matched with pretty shitty Town Hall 11s most of the time. This war that we're currently in, he pretty much matches me on defenses, except he has maxed heroes, and he has maxed walls for Town Hall 11. Almost all maxed walls. But for some reason, we've had a couple of losses in our war log, and on one of them, I wasn't in war. Nick was actually the top base. Somehow, the top 2 Town Hall 11s were damn near maxed. And this is with Nick being number 1 and a low-level Town Hall 10 being number 2. Now, of course, their bottom bases were horrible, and they actually got pretty close to winning just because their enemy Town Hall 9s couldn't really attack. But our clan just didn't perform well that war. Nick had a really hard time on the top 2 bases because, like I said, they were just way too tough. And I think a lot of our Town Hall 9s only managed to get 2 stars. We weren't able to pick up enough stars to get the win. And I'm starting to realize it's a problem that I've always had, and I've tried to change it. With my accounts, I always use the same shit. I don't really strategize and create an army specific for the base. I know it's the right thing to do, and I wish I could do it more. I've done it in the past. I've changed things up and tried to find similar bases to practice on with the army that I created, and it's worked out great. We ended up with more 3 stars. We ended up having some really, really close wins by like 0.1% a couple of times, because me and my accounts and some of the other guys that like to perform really well in war, they took the time to build specifically for a base. But we've all kind of gotten back in the same habit of, we think that these are the OP troops, these are the best troops, the best army, so we just use it over and over and over again. And that's not always the case. See, like COC, for example, he went Town Hall 10. He was an awesome Town Hall 9. He could 3-star most Town Hall 9s with hogs just beautifully. Just like here, he's going to end up 3-star in this Town Hall 9. But he hasn't really focused on any other troops. So in my opinion, he's having a hard time at Town Hall 10. He's actually been having a hard time lately. Dude's been too busy, I guess, and hasn't really given himself enough time to do friendly challenges and work on his attacks. And he's had a hard time 3-starring some Town Hall 9s lately. And that's really emasculating, or it makes you feel bad when you go Town Hall 10. You wanted to go Town Hall 10 so bad, and then you start doing worse at Town Hall 10 than you were doing at Town Hall 9. Now, I'm not saying he made a mistake. I'm just saying he needs to take a little time to build his Town Hall 10 up and do a little more friendly challenges and practice more so he can do a little better in war. Hopefully, when I make the video for the current war that we're in, COC here is going to end up 3-starring 2 of the max Town Hall 9s in war. Hopefully I didn't just jinx that. But like this, to me, you shouldn't be down to 3 hogs. It's a successful hog raid. Everything really did go really well. There was no chance there at the end of it failing. There weren't any other places for bombs. But it came down to a small amount of time and a small amount of troops. If you do a strategic hog raid, a strategic go-ho, you should have plenty of troops left. See, the way that he dropped the golems here and then spread those wizards out, if it was like I think it was the number 3 base, if it was like that, there would have been, and there were all giant bombs up there, that would have been the end of all the wizards. Because the golems were dropped real close, and the wizards were dropped in a line far away. Of course, it didn't happen here, but it could have happened and made a big difference. So, I suck at Go Wipe. I think the last time I used Go Wipe, successfully was at Town Hall 9, and it was before they changed P.E.K.K.A.s and they changed a lot of the troops. We were doing, we were 3-starring, or we were winning a lot of wars with even the Town Hall 9s were almost all doing Go Wipe. But I remember there were some changes, and everybody was even saying, if you Go Wipe, or if you call that a war strategy, we don't want you. And for the longest time, I had a ton of people that still Go Wipe and still tried to Go Wipe, and it was just fail after fail. And when I do it, it fails. Or at least the last couple of times I did it, it failed. But Coco and his alternate accounts, they do pretty well with Go Wipe. Now see, Creeper Slayer here, I've asked him, why don't you ever hog? You have level 4 hogs. And he's like, well, I upgraded them, so whenever I go Town Hall 9, I don't have to go up very much with them, and I should be a badass hog raider. And I'm like, buddy, they're Town Hall 8 troops. That's the best friggin' attack you could do at Town Hall 8. He's like, oh, hell, I never thought about that. So here he is, doing a hog raid. Very awesome, successful 3-star hog raid on this very awesome, badass Town Hall 9. And this was his first time doing a hog raid at Town Hall 8. It was kind of funny. I should have recorded his reaction in chat. He's like, holy shit, oh my god, wow, fuck, damn. He did not expect that. Now, another thing I've noticed lately, the use of haste on ground troops. I'm not really sure what people are going for there. It's not a rage. In my opinion, haste has one purpose. Besides getting shit to move from one point to the other a little bit faster. It's for balloons, or it's for really slow troops. Like, if you want to, like, oh shit, these things are going to kill my troops unless I get my golem in front of it. Then if you brought a haste with a Go Wipe or a Go Ho or something, that might serve a purpose. But really, I think haste was created specifically for balloons. Balloons are slow as fuck, and oftentimes you need to get that balloon from one side of the base to the other quicker. Now, of course, the haste doesn't cover the whole base, but it does linger with the troops. If you're going to use haste, use it with air troops or on slow shit. Don't say, I need my hogs to beat this building up faster, so I'm going to put haste on it. That's not how it works. It doesn't make them stronger, doesn't make them faster, it makes them move faster. It increases movement speed, not attack speed. I might actually have to start this one over to see if it took the entire time. Replay. Oh no, 2 minutes 40 seconds. So really didn't even get that close. I mean, not very many troops left at the end. Could have gone a little faster, but it's still better than I think hog raids. When we started hog raiding at Town Hall 8 when War came out, it took the entire time. I don't remember if the attack time was 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes. I think it was 3, because now it's 3.5. But it would oftentimes come down to the last second or be a 99% raid more times than not. Trying to get some donations going over here. Oh, Saturdays. So, as Steetrum doing a Go Wipe, he's the guy that almost always, it's either Go Wipe or Hogs, doesn't really mess with anything else. I'd like to get more of my Town Hall 9s to practice like Go Valalo or Go Lalo. To me, I think on Town Hall 9, a lot of the bases that people use for war, it's more ideal. If you use your kill squad, you can do Gobo, Lalo, any kind of Lalo, and you use your kill squad, take out the Queen, CC, a couple of air defenses, and then come in the other side. It seems like it's a more efficient, more capable attack strategy. One of our guys, Jonte, he's been doing it. He's been doing great in friendly challenges, great in multiplayer. For some reason, he's having a hard time in war with it. I guess in the next video, I will throw a couple of his raids in there. They are 2 stars, but it'll give me a chance to really analyze what he's doing and what he's doing wrong. I might actually have some of his attacks available in chat, and I can go through and analyze those. I know he did about 5 or 6 friendly challenges before he did his war raid, and then I sent him on a base that was his army seemed like it was specifically built for. And really, if you look at the raid, it would have and could have been a 3-star, but he started off with a wall breaker fail. So then he just had golems beating on a wall. And for some reason, and I've done the same thing, you just instinctively, you want to put that jump spell just inside to get the troops to take out the queen and take out something or whatever the hell you were going for, and you just do it, not remembering that you didn't break through the wall and that a fucking golem is not going to break a wall to save your life. And he ends up putting the jump spell inside. Everything ends up walking away, and it ultimately led to the attack only being a 2-star, maybe even a 1-star. Hell, I don't remember. But we can watch it later. Nobody wants to see this crap. What are people going for with this? I think this guy, he had the 1 cannon and the Teslas for defense, but he went ahead and did all the walls. Now, this is what I was doing with Bad Mofo, like I said at the beginning of the video, but I think it's more fun. I think it's gonna work out better having all the defenses. But we shall see. I have actually defended in war before with that account, and it was all because of the CC, really. And because they just thought, oh, look at all these level 1 troops in this weak-ass Town Hall 7, I'm just going to roll this over. And if you put traps in the right place and you have the right CC composition, it's going to defend, or it can defend. Not going to defend. 99.9 out of 100 times, it doesn't defend. If you want to see something embarrassing, it's when Bad Mofo thought that he was going to 3-star this this engineered Town Hall 9, and he got defeated by goblins in the CC. Coming up next. Anyway, enjoy.